So, Doctor, just to be clear, you said you call for a military spending cut of 50%. You want all foreign bases closed. There's no question that this is a complex problem. It's not just a military solution, but the military is almost always involved in different reckonings of a solution. Are you saying that there'd be no U.S. military presence anywhere else in the world and that would keep America safe?
So we now have somewhere between 700 or 800 or even more military bases around the world. Do you know how many military bases all other countries combined have? About 30. There's something really wrong with this picture. Do you know? Do you know how much of our budget actually goes to maintaining this bloated and dangerous military budget? 54% of our discretionary budget, which is about half of your income tax, is going to this failed, catastrophic policy of regime change.
But I'm just trying to be clear. Would you close all of them?
That would be our presumption. There may be certain bases for certain circumstances that need to remain open. But our presumption is to close the bases. And our presumption is also to shut down the weapon systems like the F-35 that will cost us almost $1.5 trillion before we're done, or to shut down the new generation of nuclear weapons, which has no role whatsoever in military or on the planet. We need to be backing off and phasing out all nuclear weapons now, not moving forward with a new $1 trillion program for new nuclear weapons.
Mr. Baraka?
You know, Chris, there's an assumption in your question that we have to take a look at, and that is that that we're going to be able to respond in a military fashion to all of these various threats. See, one of the reasons why we have the ISIS threat today is because of the enormous incompetency of U.S. policy in the so-called Middle East over the last 16 years. You can't, talk about the ISIS threat and then not look at the kinds of policies that help to facilitate the growth of ISIS. You can't talk about your concern about the possibility of imminent attacks in the U.S. and support policies that created a territory in Syria where people were able to train, equip themselves, and be prepared to launch attacks all over the world. So I would invite the American people to look critically at the policies pursued by both the Bush and the Obama administrations that helped to create the problem that we now have. Look, the security issue is real. There's no question about that. Okay, and people are concerned about that, and we understand that. But this sort of knee-jerk response in terms of military action, we've got to be very, very critical of that. And because this notion of militarism has been sold to the American population, and people, just think that the first reaction is a military one, when what we're looking at is a political and an ideological challenge also that the U.S. foreign policy has played right into.
Let's get to another question. Jasmine Rebedavia. She is a second-grade teacher from